Hey there, this is Coloring Chemist. My name is Connie, and welcome back to my channel. This is kind of a different video, kind of coloring related, but not exactly. So you know what, if you want to skip this video and you're just here for the strictly coloring content, that's okay. I wanted to share 5 YouTube channels that I really like to watch that aren't coloring related at all. 5 YouTube channels that I really like to watch that are sort of coloring related, but are kind of more art related. And then an extra bonus channel. Just because, I know a lot of you, you like to just listen to things or watch things while you're coloring. I do too. I really enjoy audiobooks. But you know what? There's some YouTube channels that I really like. And as far as I know, none of them that I'm recommending are sort of the big commercial channels. So sometimes it's just nice to just sort of send out a little love to some smaller channels. So as you can see here, hopefully you can see, I'm doing kind of a like a voiceover, but I'm sharing my screen. So I hope this is working. This is Manchester Mudlarks. Now, I love mudlarking channels. And mudlarking, for those of you that are not familiar, it's a term that goes back to, I think, Victorian England, where because the Thames is a tidal river, its level will rise and fall with the tides, which means that you've got foreshore, so sort of it's like the bottom of the river near the edges, exposed when the tide goes out. And mudlarks were, I think, children in Victorian times who would then go down onto these mud flats and look for anything, right? It could be people drop coins, people drop all kinds of things. And so that's what mudlarking is. And now people just go out and do it. And you know what? I would love to start doing it here in Canada. I have some lakes around here. And I've collected, I call it sea glass, but I guess it's lake glass from the beach before. But just looking for things like that. So this is Manchester Mudlarks. I love listening to them. Sarah and Mick, they're fun. And they will go on foreshores, but they'll also do what's called tip larking. So in the UK, and I think in other places in Europe, not so much here in Canada and the US, although more in the US, you need to have older places, right? And tip larks, they'll go into old dump sites that have been, covered over, and just look for treasures, little, old bottles, all that kind of stuff. I actually have some old dump sites on my land from the farmers that lived here, and I've pulled out some old plates that were in one piece, some old bottles. Yeah, it's just kind of fun. So Manchester Mudlarks, I think, is definitely one that I like and just like listening to. Living the Sky Life. This is another one. This is a couple. He was actually another kind of, well, he was a bottle digger, so he would go out in Scotland and dig for bottles. Now, with bottle digging, I do have to say, they can sometimes really, well, wreck trees, right? Because if they're digging in and around tree roots and then you kill the tree, I kind of don't like that. But this fellow was always really careful to not do that. But he and his partner, he's a musician and she's an artist, they decided to move to a little, I think it's a 200-year-old cottage on the Isle of Skye, and this is just sort of documenting their life. They are wonderful, wonderful people, and yeah, it's just a really fun channel to watch. So, Living the Sky Life. This is The Miniature World of Kit and Caboodlers. Now, they have another channel, which is, I think it's Mudlarking with Kit and Caboodlers. So they are another pair of, it's a mother-daughter team this time, and they would also go out mudlarking. But in addition to that, they are very into crafting with just the stuff that they find in all of their mudlarking and tiplarking. So, they've got it says here, miniature lighthouse build using beach trash, waste into art. And they do a lot with doll houses and just making things out of, like I say, the old bits and pieces that they find when they're mudlarking. I should also say, just get back up here, this Manchester Mudlark, Sarah does some crafting on this channel as well. So, still kind of into that kind of creative realm. Actually, Living the Sky Life, she's an artist. So I guess I'm choosing channels here that have an artistic bent as well. Number 4, I really like this one. Now, this has a lot of subscribers, 6.3 million. So, I mean, I don't know how. I was talking about small channels that are non commercial. I don't know. This one might be commercial, but this is a fellow who was I think he was a cinematographer, and then COVID happened. So he moved back home. His parents live on this commune type thing in Azerbaijan. I think it's Azerbaijan. Yeah. And he started just filming sort of their daily life. There's no talking. There's just sort of nature sounds, and it shows, building things, him farming, her cooking, gardening. It's a neat channel. It's just very calming, I find. So that's Country Life Vlog. I never know how to say that. Probably vlog, right? Yeah. And the 5th channel that I like that isn't necessarily coloring related, this is another one, Tom Burley. He is a fellow who is from Yorkshire, I believe. You notice a theme here? I really enjoy listening to the UK accents. I just do. I just find them very soothing. So you folks in the UK, gosh, to be surrounded by those accents all day long would be wonderful. And he also will go out mudlarking. He has the most soothing voice ever. It's just wonderful. And he sort of narrates his walks, and he goes for river walks. He just sort of picks things up. He tries to do all of these mudlarking folks also try and do a little cleanup when they're out there. So, any plastic they come across, they'll try and, gather up and take away. And he also does a little bit of, although I don't think he's done it in a while, his channel doesn't post that often, but it's a fun channel to check out. He does do a little bit of sort of crafting. He has been gathering up waste and scrap brass to do some smelting, so that's kind of neat too. So there's my 5 channels that I would just, if you want to, you can check them out. That I would want to sort of, suggest that are non coloring and crafting related, but just sort of kind of from a side angle. So we've got Manchester Mudlarks, Living the Sky Life, The Miniature World of Kitten Caboodlers, and then they also have their other channel, which is Mudlarking with Kitten Caboodlers, The Country Life Vlog, and Tom Burley. Now, these are, and they're not in any particular order. I just sort of called them up, and that was what I did. 5 channels that I really like and enjoy, that are art related but not necessarily coloring related. Although, I mean, there might be a little bit of coloring on them or in them. We've got Inky Bliss. I love Lisa Taggart. I love her. Love her. She's from Northern Ireland. Again, could listen to the accent all day long. And I've mentioned her in a number of my videos, I think. She does mixed media. And there's so many techniques that she has shown that I have tried to incorporate in my coloring. Now, I mean, she might do a little bit of coloring as well. She might do a little coloring on some stamped images, but it's more, I mean, she's creating the backgrounds. She's just in terms of composition and putting a scene together. And, where would I put the horizon line, and how would I put shading in to make, to make a sunset look like a sunset, and all those kinds of things. I just love her. I love her, love her, love her. So Lisa Taggart, Inky Bliss Creations. Now, I'm trying to think. I think I probably will put links to all these channels in the description. But I mean, you can also just search YouTube for these channels, and they should come up that way as well. Lindsay. Lindsay Warwick, the frugal crafter. Lindsay is wonderful. I mean, she's been on YouTube forever and ever and ever and ever. I mean, I suppose she's not small. She's big. But you know what? She's still just one person doing her thing. You know, she's not been bought out by some sort of big corporation that's running her channel. So I appreciate that. And you know, she used to do much more crafting. Now she's doing much more, lots of watercolor painting, sketching, that sort of thing. But she does reviews. I mean, she's got 3.4 thousand videos that you can look back through. That's pretty amazing if you think about it. I love Harry at the Art Gear Guide. He's also in the UK. He just reviews art gear and does the most in-depth, just really, really digging reviews. He looks at every aspect. He not only, he will swatch the stuff out, he will do a number of pieces of artwork with the product that he's reviewing, and just a wonderful, wonderful fellow. So, Harry, the Art Gear Guide. And, just scroll down here, he's just recently done a review of the 150 set of colored pencils. Now, I haven't watched it yet, but yeah, if any of you were wanting a really in-depth, deep dive kind of, you know, review on the 150 ChromaFlow, sorry, did it say ChromaFlow? Yeah. The ChromaFlow pencils, there you go. Now, this one I just found relatively recently, although looking at her, she has a website, vanillaarts.com. I remember going to that site like a couple of years ago and looking at some things and reading through some things. I just didn't realize she had a YouTube channel as well. She's smaller, you know, only 88 videos, just shy of 9,000 subscribers. She has an interesting way of presenting. Some people like it, some people don't. She believes what she believes and says it that way. So if that's not the kind of thing you enjoy, this might not be the channel for you. But what did I just recently watch of hers? The pink problem. How to do pale. Now, she does a lot of Copic marker work, basically coloring with Copic markers or sketching, and also some colored pencil stuff. But I think what she has to say relates to, I think, a lot of aspects of art, you know, and I definitely found stuff that was useful, even though, you know, I would never sketch I would never sketch, period, because I can't. But she was talking about how to color pale pink flowers, and she was dead on. I was watching her thinking, yeah, she's right. So I won't give it away, but, this other one, drip refills are killing your Copic markers. I totally get it. Fascinating, because she's looking at it scientifically, and I think she's right. So yeah, she's got some great videos there. And the last one, and again, this is one I just discovered as well, is Diane Antone Studios. She's also in the UK. And she just has some really, really great videos. She's got 143,000 subscribers, so okay, not small, but not super hugely big. And this one I was just watching, which is she was doing a video on the new granulating watercolors from Kuretake. So something may have happened there, but you'll have to wait until May to find out. But she was talking about the best way to get that really granulating look from these granulating watercolors. And you know what? I've been playing around with them, but I've been doing it wrong. Now, again, like, you know, in everything in art, I don't know if it's fair to say there's right and wrong ways to do things. It was, you know, I was doing it a different way than she was doing it, but she was getting a much better granulation effect than I was. So that's, Hence, that's why I say my way might have been wrong and hers is less wrong, more right. But yeah, just some really great videos there too. How to paint better florals. And again, even if you're not painting, I think there's aspects of the videos in channels like these that we can put towards our coloring, and I think they will help just make us better colorists. So again, just going back through these, we had Lisa Taggart, Inky Bliss Creations. And then we had Lindsay Wyrick, the Frugal Crafter. Then we had the Art Gear Guide, Harry. We had, sorry, I never said the name of this channel, did I? I think it's Shulky, Amy Shulky, or Shulk, Marker and Pencil. Diane Antone Studio. And then I said there was going to be one bonus channel, didn't I? This is the bonus channel. I love watching Time Team. And I know this is an old show. It's no longer, well, actually, no, that's not true. They have brought it back. And it's all Patreon funded now. But these are the original Time Team Classics episodes, so they go back to like the 90s and the 2000s, and I just love watching Time Team. It's something I can just put on and watch while I'm coloring, and I learn stuff at the same time. Yeah. So, those are my 5 plus 5 plus 1 channels that I just really like and thought I would share with you guys. Again, not really coloring related, but sort of coloring related. If you like what you're seeing, consider liking the channel, subscribing, hitting the notification bell, leaving me a comment, letting me know what you like, what you don't like, or if you just want to say hi. You could also tell a friend, let them know that you found a channel that you like and they might like it too. I hope everyone is safe, I hope everyone is well, and I hope everyone is enjoying their coloring. Till next time, guys.